Now, so instead of take a look at episode 6 and the quests for that one in the Porsche Legend Pass in Asphalt 9 Legends on the Nintendo Switch. And for some people, there's been some nice changes here, at least. Well, one major one, which is the apply import parts 0 of 5. Because, yeah, from the global version of the game, which is one that was kind of worrying me and probably a few other people, that had a class requirement on it before of requiring a Class C car. And that might not sound like a big thing until you actually look at the Class C cars you have in your garage. And most people would probably have a lot of the Class C ones kind of maxed out because they're fairly, not that many of them, and they were fairly easy to kind of end up tuning all of them up to max. So yeah, now it's just apply 5 import parts, fairly simple, just across any car at all, and that includes the epic import parts as well in that, so it's even easier again. The one that I have just completed here anyway, because yeah, that thing's not going to be a challenge to any player of Asphalt 9 Legends who plays this game a bit, but get 1,000 reputation for your club. Yeah, so I've got that done 104 times this season already, and yeah, that's definitely a very low requirement of reputation for, like I said, most people who would have had interest in buying the season pass. 1,000 rep, simples. These perform sandwich knockdowns in single race, Porsche 911 GT1 Evolution, and San Francisco. They overlap quite a bit there, if you notice the fact that it's just to do it in a single race and a single career race, and it involves using a Porsche and a Porsche 911 GT1. The main requirements for, say, the bottom part of that is having that Porsche 911 GT1. The upper part of it you can just do quite easily with any Porsche. A sandwich knockdown is where you would compact in the AI against a wall, so I'll show where you can get both of those in the exact same race. Finished 65 races in Osaka using a D-Class car. That's just a grind. I've had that running for a fair bit of the day, and because it's using Class D cars, those things like the DSE10s and Lotus Elise especially will refuel very, very quickly and make that one a fairly fast grind out. Reach top 3 in a daily event in Rome. There's no daily events in Rome today as of making this video, at least. So yeah, that's one where you're going to need to watch out for the Rome amateur race, pro race, and like also the Rome appears as the daily car loot, so just make sure when that appears to just go in there and grind that out 20 times to get that one. Finish first in career using Shanghai and a Porsche. There's a nice easy short Shanghai course. Again, I'll show that one in a sec. Buy items in the Legend store, get 12 of them. Couldn't be much easier. It is exactly as it says on the tin. Yeah, I mentioned earlier they apply import parts that applies to any car in the game now, not just the C-Class ones. Perform perfect nitros in a Porsche. That's again where the car just goes into a blue state, and I'm going to see if I can knock that one out in one race or so. Perform airtime in multiplayer in Rome. So yeah, for this one, you're going to just need to pretty much go into multiplayer constantly over and over again. So just whenever you do get Rome randomly, because you don't have the option of a track selecting that, just, yeah, spend ages hitting every ramp you can as poorly as possible. So all barrel ramps, making sure to hit them on the very, very top edge. Basically send your car flying. You do not need to win the multiplayer races for that. All you need to do is spend as long as possible in the air. So just, yeah, keep selecting multiplayer, keep looking for Rome, and whenever you get it, do just, yeah, sail into the clouds as much as possible. And now, let's start off at the top here then. Drift 5,000 meters in a single career race. 5,000 meters, career race, doesn't require a win. All you need is a 3-star car and a long enough track. Now, one of the longer tracks you'll need for this here is in Welcome to Paradise, in the second chapter of the career. In Caribbean, the last track of this is, like, say, Caribbean Island Tour. It's one that's definitely over the 5 kilometers for that, and yeah, it's got access to, say, Lamborghinis in there. I would maybe make use of the Grand Sport normally, but yeah, unfortunately mine is refueling, so Hurricane Spider Evo should do the job just fine. This is one where you're not tasked with winning the race. The only task here is to effectively grind out 5 kilometers of drifting, which, yeah, you can't do on most tracks because they're not 5 kilometers long. And yeah, it can't be done in a quick race because it does state that it needs to be an actual single career race. So All you do is just get the car up to over 50 miles an hour, press the B button and put that car into a drift state, and then just leave it there pretty much the entire race around this island. You do not need to win the race. All you need to do is just drift all the way around here as much as possible. You're going to be taken out of it maybe a couple of times during this track, but you'll find like the this Caribbean track that gives you a complete tour kind of around the island. There's a few other stages which are over 5 kilometers for a single lap, and they're available. Like Rome has a stage called Rome Complete Tour. That would also get you 5 kilometers of drifting in a single race. But yeah, just a case of if you've got the Grand Sport or the Evo Spider, you can bring them into the Complete Island Tour, and you should be able to easily enough knock out 5 kilometers of drifting throughout one race in this. Like I said, here there's a couple of drop downs where you're going to be taken out of a drift state for a few seconds, but just if you do come out of it fully, you just press B again and lock the car back in there. All you need to do is, like I said, press that drift button once at the very, very start of the drift, and then just, as long as you don't allow the car to line back up central, then it should just stay drifting as long as you just keep tapping left and right the entire way through. If anything, the only problem with this car is the fact that it's kind of fast, and yeah, you need to kind of react to avoid the walls a small bit as you're drifting it around here. But it should easily enough come up with 5 kilometers worth of road in this track to get that thing to pop up, because like I said, it can't be done on a few of the shorter tracks, but Rome's Complete Tour and the Complete Tour around the island should both give you that achievement. Oh, and there we go. Ah, cool. My trade coin bonus should be ready after doing that. Now, I did just actually do that last race of the Finish 65 Osaka races with a D-Class car as well. And that's like kind of easier than it would seem, because it is just finish races. And what I done for that was just pretty much come into the career, and the very, very first chapter, just Heart to Kansai, very first stage, Meiji Rush, go in there, and all you need to do is just throw the DSC 10s or the Lotus Elise at that constantly. And it's only even to finish the race anyway, so it doesn't have to win. So you could technically throw the Lance Revolution at this if you want to throw King at this game. But yeah, like the DSE 10s and the Lotus Elise will win 65 times at least as well. So they'll contribute to that win, is it 2000 career races that a load of people will still be working towards as well. So all you do is chuck these cars in here, put it on touch drive, and just let it roll. It'll complete that race. And like I said, with these ones, they won it 65 times for me. And yeah, nice and handy. Now, as for the 20 races in Shanghai in a Porsche, you just need to be going into Class D Rookie here, onto the second race, double roundabout, and select either of the Porsche that are available for this. So 911 Targa 4S, and yeah, with the state of my car, you can just put that in as a touch drive to do it the final time. It's a 30-second race, very, very short, and yeah, like, again, this is another one that's more just a grind of select car, let it run, select car, let it run, wash, rinse, repeat. These ones, like I said though, they're pretty cool for working towards that achievement of getting the X number of wins in career race, because yeah, that achievement asks you to do more wins than there are career races, and there isn't really a need of going into career races other than like just to do them once. There's no daily quests or anything involving them, so yeah, that quest is probably going to go incomplete for a lot of players, even if you've got the career maxed out or nearly maxed out, as the case is with my one. Yeah, 99%, because I'm missing one of the cars. I can't remember which it is. It might be the Vanda Electrics car, I think, is missing at this stage. But yeah, I need to wait for that to appear in whichever event they're going to assign it to, since it was removed from the Legend store. Don't do that. But yeah, there's a race number 20 done. Nice and handy. Picking up that wicked 400 credits for it, but still, yeah, 264 and legend points. That's what I really want. Now, these two weird sandwich ones together then. So perform one sandwich knockdown in a single career race and perform one sandwich knockdown in a single race in a Porsche, in San Fran, in a Porsche 911 GT1 Evolution. Like I said, the only requirement for that is owning the Porsche 911 GT1 Evolution if you want to do both together, or else just a Porsche if you want to just do that one if you don't have the GT1 Evolution. Not exactly an amazing car. But yeah, if you are missing it, you're going to miss out on those 660 legend points for the time being, at least anyway. So for this, you're going to make use of the Porsche portion of the career. Tongue twister. And yeah, episode 9 of that is a down there Streets of San Francisco race, which lets us use all of the Porsches in the game, including that 911 GT1 Evolution. So we've got San Fran, under a rating on the car. Play anyway, it doesn't make any difference. All I want to do is slam an AI up against the wall and yeah, grind it into dust. And yeah, for that, it shouldn't be too hard to catch one of the AI who's kind of at the back. This car is a weird one. It's got like incredibly kind of slow acceleration, but at the same time, when it gets up to speed, it's not the worst of the Porsches. This is kind of a bit tricky to handle. But all we want to do here is catch an AI up against a wall and just have them, grind it into that and knock down. So there we go. That should be good enough for 1,200 legend points, but I'm going to see if I can catch up to more of them just to make sure and chase them down. But yeah, let's see. I can grind out some of that perfect nitro as well in this. And again here, you got flattened onto the wall from the back of the car. Yeah, perform one sandwich knockdown. And perform one sandwich knockdown. Quite a lot of blueprints from that. That's pretty cool. And a taken turbo epic import part. Powerful. Now, so since my store recently refreshed here, buy items in the Legend store. Couldn't be easier, just go and buy 12 items. Like if you can get blueprints and stuff from there for credits, that's a really great place to start tuning up your garage a bit. If you're kind of stuck with, say, needing to buy these import parts, that's not the worst thing just to get these. Just remember the fact that their cost does increase as well, but say like here, I need to buy 4 things. So some LaFerrari Aperta blueprints, they're up to 500,000. So I'll just get 2 of these rubbish import parts as well, which I'm just gonna trade in for trade coins anyway, but it's never too bad to get 1 or 2 of those for some credits. But yeah, just to prevent that going up to 1 million for those Aperta pieces. Now, there we go, and that's another quest complete. Now, the apply import parts, like I said, that's import parts, epic import parts, any type of import parts at all will count. And again, the class restriction was taken off of that, so yeah, it doesn't matter where you're putting those at all. Just taking a look in my garage, I want to incur as little cost as possible, so I can keep it onto some credits. But yeah, can throw in some import parts here into my amazing Leaf. And yeah, get this one tuned up. But actually, do you know what? There's 2 more I can put in. And here we go. I can actually gold out my Sart. Because yeah, getting the top 5% in this riot gave me 4 epic import parts for this car. Which kind of sucked. But yeah, at the same time, it's cool. Getting that Sart up to gold. Nice. That's always a weird one for me. It's like the Sart is one of those cars which is a nightmare to drive at the very start, and like it seems like it's just one of those cars that is rubbish, but genuinely the top speed stat of that car, like 350 top speed stat, puts it in line with some of the better A-class cars. It's really nuts, but it is just a case of it falls down in so many other categories. But at the same time, like once you kind of get the hang of that car, yeah, it's really lovely to drive. It's a weird one. And now, yep, golded in my garage. So that's pretty cool. Adds to the C-Class golded cars. Now, those perform perfect nitros in a Porsche. Like, that is a bit of an odd one, but yeah, it is just a case of putting a Porsche car into that blue nitro state over and back and over and back and over and back. So, like, say, Class B Cup here will count for this because you can use the Porsche 911 GTS Coupe in this one. And just, yeah, like I said, all I'm going to do with it is just be focusing on not even unlocking those packs, because like I don't know if it'll be possible to get the time and kind of mess around with perfect nitros. But yeah, it's just a case of take any Porsche you can and just try and get that done. You can either do it naturally, because I mean obviously like perfect nitro is something you're going to be using when you're going over like rough terrain and stuff like that, but at the same time I'm kind of just trying to power through these rewards as fast as possible. So for me, it is just a case of kind of naturally cheesing them a small little bit. But yeah, it does just count as a perfect nitro anytime that car just touches that blue portion of the nitro bar with the second press of nitro. So that's why I'm just taking it in and out of that nitro state constantly here, while at the same time getting, yeah, this daily quest done as much as possible. Because yeah, this car, it is possible to 5-pack this with the 911, but probably not while doing this with the nitro because this definitely isn't the fastest way of driving this car, but it is probably the fastest way of grinding through those perfect nitros for this, because yeah, it does have to be done in a Porsche car. Doesn't need to be done in a daily event, I actually think. So I could just take a Porsche into one of the career races to do this. It's just a case of, yeah, the way I'm knocking them out here, and the fact that this B-Class Cup has some rewards for me to be getting, I may as well do something which rewards, yeah, some trade coins as well as getting the nitros done. Let's see, I had 19 at the start of that race. I think, is that just a second too slow for the full packs? Oh, nope. Still managed to make the full 5 packs from that. Ah, those requirements were really dropped down for quite a lot of those races. But I wonder, I had 19 before starting that race, and up to 53. So yeah, that's cheesing him like that's only going to take about 2 or 3 races to actually do if you just do that tap 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 kind of method. If you can hear it on the controller there, but it's just a case of as soon as you press that second time to put it where it will start to burn blue, just immediately cancel out of it and then just come back into it again with just the next nitro blue stop, nitro blue stop. No, and that did take a total of 3 races of doing that and cheesing it up for the 100 perfect nitros. Yeah, jeez. Now to go and hunt down this airtime thing in Rome, that one's gonna suck because, like I said, you can't just select it and reach top 3 in a daily event. That sucks because I can't select that either because there's no dailies that take place in Rome. But yeah, try and get some of this Rome. And I'll just go to do one and give an example of just, yeah, how kind of like wrong you can take some of those ramps to make sure you get as much airtime as possible throughout Rome. US Midwest. Sucks. Soaking up airtime. Osaka. And yeah, have a run. F***ing US Midwest. Amazing track for fuck that quest. The hunt for Rome has not gone too well. Not too well at all. There's no definitive way to actually get Rome. It's just do loads of fucking multiplayer. The circle of number of stages that are in fucking multiplayer. And yeah. Himalayas. And having very little luck with getting Rome. Very little luck. Scotland. Cairo. Against fucking Bola's piece of shit DS spot. Seconds clocked up from a really, really bad run in ancient Rome. This course sucks for jumps. Really, really not good. And like even in the Grand Sport, yeah, like this course just does not have a whole lot of actual jump for sake. Fucking fuck this game. Fuck it.
6.5 hours later.
So yeah, for me, that's pretty much this day done. So these ones I'm pretty much just going to grind out. These ones I'll have to wait until at least tomorrow first, but that is 390 that I'm going to be missing from this. So a few rewards that I'm going to be missing from there, but still, that's the majority of the legend points gotten right now anyway. And I'm just going to give it a look, see those rewards, and see where that leaves me and where 390 extra points would bring us into the next quests. Well, let's see what I did actually get from that. The main one being those trade coin bonuses. And of course some, yeah, Club Sport blueprints that'll help out with the Grand Prix. Always kind of nice to get, whoa, that is quite a surge into that Taken. That is pretty cool. Some more Targa stuff. And, oh cool, so this will bring the Taken then up to the 2 stars once I get access to the Rome daily quests. New rims for the 918 Spider. A new portion for the Bugatti Chiron possibly, but it doesn't say underneath what that is, if it is a part. New rims again for the 918 Spider. A new trunk for the Cayman. That trade bonus, which is the main thing that's like Yeah, I've been waiting for that for ages because of the fact that like I haven't traded in anything which was like say these extra import parts and stuff like that. I haven't traded them in ages, so really looking forward to making use of that bonus to fill back up my trade coin stash. Bunch of import parts, some blueprints for that, which are really handy, especially at the start of this Grand Prix, and a new hood for the Cayman. I'll take a look at those. Now, 718 Cayman gets trunk and hood, and then let's see what they actually look like. Are they cool or are they... Oh, that's kind of cool. Small bit. Weird looking kind of indent into the hood. Not sure if the carbon one does it look sleeker though. Yeah, I'll stick with the carbon, but still that's not a bad looking additional piece in the slightest. Speaking of bad looking pieces, yup, that certainly is a bad looking piece. No, even the original stock is better looking than that. I don't know, maybe that's like somebody's idea of a cool looking rear plate on the back of this, but I don't know. Not mine. Now, I'm just wondering what the 918 rims then were gotten. I think it was just rims for this. But which two? Oh yeah, they look really cool. I have those on my AMG, which has gotten slightly less use now that it's been taken out of the cars that you can use for the weekly competition. And the KYO or Kwai. I'm pronouncing that very wrong, but yeah. No, those like play fast ones look pretty awesome. I do like the wheels that look like really shiny alloy. They kind of like, yeah, that graphic works really nicely in the Switch version of Asphalt 9 Legends. So yeah, at least something really nice and pimpy for the 918 Spider. Now, just a quick addition to this actually, the daily car loot today, Thursday that is actually featured in Rome. So yeah, I'd advise doing that if you want to grind out the 20 races in Rome. All it has to be is just any daily event in Rome. So like yeah, touch driving this and something like the Elise, you'll get a notification after you do this a couple of times, the fact that like, oh, you don't get any rewards for it, but you'll still get the reputation for doing a daily event, which with season pass and level 100, it's about 100 and about 4k credits. And of course, like I said, it is just a case of like the fastest way or only way that's available right now of doing 20 daily events in Rome. The next like the next actual car hunt riot or car hunt will probably be in Rome, or they'll probably introduce a daily event which goes here, but just if you want to get this grinded out as fast as possible, which I said I would do after doing all those multiplayer races. And yeah, add on to the end of the video just all of the rewards rather than just leaving it missing out those last two. Because yeah, that's going to be an upgrade to the thing. But like I said, once you have these all done with the different classes, you can just continuously repeat this one in something like, say, yeah, Lotus Elise or the DSE10s. Because the race is, boom, done. Because the race is so quick as well, it'll just be a case of like 20 seconds or so. And yeah, those D-class cars can refuel really quickly. Now, just going to add on those rewards to the end. And yeah, it's a spoiler for the 718. It is indeed the next car for the Taken and something then for the Bugatti Chiron. Now, so that's 718 spoiler then. The Chiron body part was actually a piece which I had already. But yeah, it's kind of weird the fact that those are repeat pieces. What that is. Definitely different looking. Like a scoop like that would be pretty good for aerodynamics and keeping the back of the car on the ground, if not for the fact that this isn't a car that's likely to need that realistically, even at max tuning. But still, it looks different, which is cool, I guess. Question mark. I'd leave that on there. And yeah, the other thing which that gets then is the Taken upgraded to that 2nd star. And needing about 30 blueprints for the next one from the looks of it, but pretty cool. I just said I would include, like I said, all of the rewards instead of just leaving out those last 2 and leaving this one incomplete, which I don't like ever. But yeah, there's sub button up there over my head, guys. If you like these videos, do click on that. There's other videos on my channel here for our indie or outie, where I look at indie games on the Switch, and then at this side there is something else that YouTube thinks you'll like on my channel. Alright guys, good luck with these and drive safe. Yeah, definitely good luck getting those Rome quests done. Alright, good luck guys.